come in? I want to bring up the wedding stuff. No. I'm too tired. I'm busy.
No, I don't want to argue about the wedding. I'm over it. We haven't even had the wedding, and I'm over it.
Just a second. They ask you, can we invite Jane?
Like, in a group, like a dinner.
Are you for real?
Just
a second. Do you really think that people take permission from you to ask? Like, to invite
if you go.
That is suffering the most now is my family life.
My mom left when I was 2 years old, and I can't remember a day my mom took me to a mall, or even remember a day my mom took me for lunch.
You never compliment me. You never say I look pretty. As a woman, I would like my husband to compliment me.
Got a song today, got some jewelry today. I'm gonna go.
Habibi, you know how many jewelry sets I have? Yeah, and this isn't gonna make my feelings feel better.
Episode of Dubai Blings was all about, okay, maybe not all about, but mostly about couples drama. Yeah, couples drama. And in a way, it was kind of fun to watch. It was entertaining, it was juicy, but there were other times that in the course of me watching this particular episode for the third time, guys, I was losing my mind. I was getting really upset. I was getting really irritated. I was pissed on behalf of some people's husbands, yes, and I have a lot to say, but I'm not gonna say it all here in the intro of this video because this is just an intro, right? Just thought to give you all a heads up, and as usual, we are gonna be focusing on the highlights of this particular episode because we had had our FSWG Saturday YouTube live stream on Saturday, this past Saturday, where we discussed in details the characters of the cast members, and in the process of doing that, we had gone ahead to touch up on some of the events, you know, episode by episode, so there would be no need and it would be too repetitive if we start talking about these things all over and over again. So we're just going to focus on the highlights of the episodes of the show as we proceed. All right, so yeah, we're going to get into that, but before I do so, let me officially welcome all of you back to my YouTube channel. Hi, you especially welcome back. My name is Glory Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Glory, and I am the girl with the tea. The tea of this video is what I have just told you about. Yes, we're going to be talking about the episode 4 of Dubai Bling. So if you are new on here, thank you so much for choosing to click on this video to watch. But if you are yet to subscribe, if you are yet to turn on post notification, especially if you're looking for that space where you can get the most detailed, factual, and accurate analysis of reality TV shows, movies, and trending social topics, then you definitely need to do exactly what you see on your screen. All right. And if you're a returning subscriber, if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for choosing to come back. Without much further ado, let's quickly get into this video. So the first issue that was raised on this episode was the fact that it was Valentine's Day and Xena's husband, Anna, was not in the country, but had instead traveled to Lebanon on a skiing trip with their son, Joe. Now, guys, when she disclosed that on Chris Faith's show, guys, it seemed kind of weird to me. And the funny thing was that she did not mind. For her, she was not really bothered. Chris Faith, of course, was going off his head and had immediately called him on phone live on radio, and he was laughing, you know, and explaining that, well, it was the only time that their son had time off school and he needed to spend time with the son. But guys, there I was thinking like, okay, what about the wife? What about Xena? I mean, I am not of the opinion that, oh, love should only be expressed on Valentine's Day, but I feel like it's a special day and people would want to do something special. This is Valentine's Day. People make a big deal out of it. So what's the big deal? Why is Xena's husband not by her side? But then whilst Chris is worrying, Xena is not even bothered at all, because for her, she would rather he's out there with their son, you know, spending some quality father and son time with their son and not spending Valentine's Day with her, other than him cheating on her around Dubai or around the world with some other woman. And I'm like, okay. This is the true definition of different strokes for different folks. I mean, guys, what she said makes a lot of sense, but, well, if it happens once, I wouldn't mind. But if it becomes a thing, you know, something that happens almost every year, then there's definitely a problem. Now, it did not stop there, because still on this episode, we found out, courtesy of Xena, that her husband has a profile on a dating app. That's Bumblebee. It's just like Tinder, right? So he has a profile there. Now, for her, she's thinking that, oh, someone is actually impersonating him by using his picture to create a profile, because guys, we know that that's really typical of most of these dating apps. We have a lot of that, especially on Tinder. People just look for fine people's pictures online, or maybe popular celebrities' pictures online, and use it to create their own profile, you know, thereby misleading other people who are looking for love or looking for whatever on such platforms, right? So Xena, according to her, 500% does not believe that that is her husband himself doing that, right? But then she had also disclosed this information to Lujane at Lujane's Valentine's dinner party that she organized for single women, right? And some of the ladies that were actually really skeptical, they were even worried that no, that she has to investigate, she has to dig deep into it. LJ especially, you know, was really worried because Xena was talking about it and she was laughing like it didn't really mean anything. But then for Lujane and LJ, they could see through all of that facade that she was trying to put up, like she was really unbothered, right? And guys, there I was as well. Once again, I was thinking like, okay, how did Xena get to this point where these things don't really matter to her? I mean, I really applaud her for her strength and her level of unbotheredness, but come on, you have 2 kids with this man. Every Valentine's Day, he's nowhere in sight. He's not even in the country. He takes away your son to go spend Valentine's Day. You're not bothered. And now you are finding out that he has a profile on a dating app and you still are not bothered. Guys, honestly, I'm like, nah. No matter the level of trust between me and my spouse, that is probably 500%, I will still ask. I mean, I'll still find out. I'll still investigate. Now, Xena's problems did not end there, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Xena's issues was quite a lot on this particular episode, yes. So it was still on the same episode that we also found out that Xena was having issues raising her daughter.
أليكسا آخر فترة كان عندي شوية مشاكل تعلقت كتير ببيا وبالناني، فإذا هن موجودين بتصير تقلي نو مامي نو وياكي مامي، وكل مرة تقلي هيك فوت على الأوضة أبكي.
Her daughter is quite young, and because she's always busy, you know, chasing her career as a real estate agent in Dubai, you know, she rarely spends time at home. So whenever she has time to come home on time and wants to, you know, play with her daughter is always fretting. Like the daughter literally runs away from her. The daughter would rather spend more time with her maid or her husband. And the daughter would even go as far as saying that, no, gross, mommy is gross, I don't know who is this, leave me alone, that kind of thing. So it kind of really breaks her every single time that happens. But according to her, she does not really know how, you know, to handle that situation yet. She's trying really hard, but then it seems like her career is constantly coming in between her time at work and her time with her family, you know. So she is really lacking in spending quality time with her family. And guys, that's a big issue. And it made me feel really sorry for her because, guys, we live in a world where especially in the Arab world, guys, I mean, it's more traditional than the Western world. So when you see a few women who are able to empower themselves, who are able to stand on their own 2 feet and make something big for themselves, guys, they have to now deal with, you know, being their independent self and also being a full-blown responsible mother, guys. And I feel like that is one major thing that Xena is actually really struggling with. And oh my God, I really hope she gets it right because it's not easy. But at the same time, it's also a great thing that she's married to a husband that's very, very understanding. But then we also need to find out if this understandingness that Hanan possesses, if it's actually him using it to make up for probably cheating on her, guys. I'm not really praying for him to be cheating on her anyways, but we're going to find out as the show progresses. It wasn't only Xena that was having couple issues on this particular episode. There was also Dania and DJ Bliss, guys.
If I'm not doing anything wrong, like, why am I being accused of doing stuff?
Yeah, but you're not giving attention to my feelings. I'm a human being and I have feelings, and you disregard my feelings. See, like now you're checking your phone.
No, I'm putting it on silent so I don't get
I'm talking to you about something like genuinely serious.
Literally, I'm pressing do not disturb. Look, that's right.
Those 2 people, they had a lot to talk about. If you had joined joined our live stream on Saturday, we actually touched up on this aspect of their relationship as husband and wife, yes. But on this particular episode, yes, still in the spirit of Valentine's, still in the spirit of expressing love and romance to people's partners, yes, DJ Bliss had written a song for Dania. Yes, he used her name to write the song and she really loved it. According to her, whenever he writes a new song, he always invites her to the studio to listen to it before they put it out there to the public. So she did not see it coming, she did not expect it, and so it was really a heartwarming moment for her. She really loved it, and according to her, she classified this gift of a song as the best romantic gesture he had ever expressed to her in 7 years of both of them being married. And that was why they decided to have this conversation. Now, DJ Bliss started the conversation by asking her if she felt weird about his career path, about his job as a DJ, because people and even their friends had kind of noticed that it seemed as though she was jealous of what he does. And she had opened up to say, well, that she was not really comfortable with his kind of work, especially because whenever he's doing his DJ thing on the stage, there are half-naked women dancing as stage vixens for him, you know. So what about if she was the one that was a DJ and she had half-naked men dancing that way? So she had those to complain about. And then she also complained about him not being affectionate enough, him not being appreciative of her enough. Like, he doesn't really give her compliments, he does not really pay attention to her feelings whenever she tries to express how she feels about his work ethics, about everything that he does for her, about the fact that he ignores her most of the time. He pays no mind. He makes it look like she's nagging. Now, guys, in as much as I could really understand where Dania was coming from, and I really felt bad about it, because even the way DJ Bliss was responding, it was really obvious that he wasn't the most sensitive person out there. Yes, it was very obvious that his own love language is probably not romantic. His own love language is probably not romance. His own love language is possibly, you know, act of giving, right? Giving. I mean, he bought her gifts, wrote her his song, and was expecting all of her worries to go away just like that. But Dania, on the other hand, was very obvious that her own love language was hearing, you know, romantic things, you know, people appreciating her beauty. I don't know if there's any love language like that. But then, in as much as she had all of those things as concerned, I was also kind of skeptical about her worries about his job, because I'm thinking, if you people have been married for 7 years, have 2 kids, I'm sure that you should have known that this guy's job was going to be like that. I mean, people have been together for 7 years. You probably met him as a DJ, yes, and he's been doing this thing for the longest time. And you know that people who are DJs, they would definitely be in the most weird places, right, to do their job. So how come it's always been a problem and you allowed it to stay like that for over 7 years and now you're still complaining about it? Like, guys, to be very honest, I don't really understand. And I feel like these are conversations that intending couples should have. If you're not comfortable with the job of your partner or your intending spouse or your intending partner, then you should be able to have that conversation with them instead of allowing it to fester for many years and then you're complaining about it. And guys, I kind of felt sorry for Dania as well, even though Dania could be kind of bitchy on the show, yeah, but I really felt sorry for her because it was very obvious that she was struggling to explain how she really felt to DJ Bliss, and this guy was not really understanding at all. As a matter of fact, I mean, from our analysis that we did on Saturday, he's that one person that runs away from drama. He would rather die than to be involved in drama. So he just had to tell her, okay, I know how you feel, I understand, I get you, just to dead the conversation. And guys, I'm like, ouch, that really hurts. It was really annoying. And also because she wanted peace, they had to hug, they had to kiss, and they had to make up. But then, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like issues like these are conversations that couples need to have. Otherwise, it will simmer, it will burn much later. Another couple's drama, still on the same Valentine's Day, that really pissed me off was between Chris and his fiancée, Brianna. Guys, Brianna is such an insensitive child. I'm sorry, I have to say it. She's just very, very insensitive because I don't get it. Your man gets you a Tesla car as a Valentine's gift. That's it. You people are planning a wedding. This wedding is running into thousands, possibly millions of dirhams, right? Money is leaving your accounts. I mean, courtesy of Chris Fade. Chris Fade is the one sponsoring the whole wedding. Brianna is not adding her own money to this wedding. Yes, these people are already talking about flower arrangements over 100,000 US dollars. Guys, that is a lot of money. A lot of money. And this lady had the audacity to make them lose out on a $28,000 deal from their Fade Fit company business. Guys, it was so annoying. I mean, Chris Fade was complaining about it, and this girl was like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. It's money. We agreed that we're going to plan this wedding, but we're not going to allow it to interfere with the business. She's supposed to be the brand manager of his business, right? Meaning she's receiving salary. She's receiving benefits, right? And he's the one that's still sponsoring the wedding. So in her head, yes, the guy I'm about to marry is well-to-do. He's rich. We can afford it. So the budget is not a problem. I just want the wedding to be perfect. Okay, the wedding has to be perfect, but then what about the source of income that people will use to perfect the wedding? They had a deal with another brand, and they were supposed to supply some of their products to that brand worth over or even up to $28,000. And because she was so busy carrying the wedding on her head, they lost out on that deal. Guys, I was pained. And you know what? Chris Fade is such a gentleman. I mean, he had to walk out of the situation because she was just so annoyingly insensitive. She was not even bothered that they lost the deal. She was not bothered for her. It's fine. Well, if he needs somebody to handle the business, he needs to employ somebody else. And I'm like, biatch. Hello? You are the brand manager. It's your responsibility. It is your work. It is your job. Ah, my God. Guys, Brianna is very, very annoying. And I'm sorry to say, but she was just giving me gold digger vibes. Yes, for her, milk the cow, get your dream wedding, and don't give an actual F about any other thing, not even the company. That was really annoying. Still on couples issues, there was Safa and Fahad, my favorite couple, by the way. So Fahad, in order to appease the gods, aka Safa, make her happy, he decided to get her something different for a Valentine's Day present, right? And courtesy of Xena, who advised him to gift her something else other than jewelries, money, and every other thing, because he has been showering her with all of those things. Anyways, he decided to gift her an apartment in one of the most expensive buildings in Dubai. Yes, now guys, any woman that receives such a gift from the husband would be going ballistic. That woman would be going crazy. Well, okay, let me not generalize. Let me not say any woman, but personally, if a man gives me that, guys, I will lose my shit. I will be so excited and I'll be grateful, most importantly. But guess what? Safa posed herself to be another very, very insensitive, ungrateful biatch. She could not even say thank you. I mean, she was acting like, oh, is this why you brought me here? Oh, is this why you're here? Oh, is it? Like, guys, she was so ungrateful. It was so annoying. And her insensitivity extended to the level where, knowing fully well that the husband has been having baby fever for the longest time, he wants another child, and she has been, adamant that she's not ready to have another child until 5 years later, she went ahead and brought out the pregnancy test tube that she and Xena had actually used at their child's playground to check if she was actually pregnant. She wasn't pregnant at the time, right? Because she had been missing her period for weeks. And then she went ahead and showed it to the husband, knowing fully well that his hopes was going to raise high. And guys, oh my God, it was just so annoying when the husband found out that, okay, it was actually false hope. And she was laughing. But then the good thing is, yes, the man she married knows her fully well. I mean, he understands that she can be very, very mischievous and very, very naughty sometimes. So he did not really pick offense, with that. But guys, I was offended on Fahad's behalf because I felt like, no, that was just all shades of insensitivity that she dished out to this man. And it almost felt as though she was taking him for granted. It's like she knows that, oh, I'm the apple of my husband's eyes, so I can literally do whatever I want to do. I can be insensitive, I can be a sport brat, I can be a sport bitch without him losing his shit over it. And guys, it was just very annoying. So I'm going to end this particular video right here. Yes, because every other thing that happened, ladies and gentlemen, we're just the start of something, right? We're going to get to find out in the next episode. That's episode 5 of Dubai Blings. But I would love to know your thoughts about all of these couples drama that happened in this particular episode. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about Xena's situation? Her husband never being around for Valentine's Day, her husband having a profile on a dating app. What are your thoughts about DJ Bliss's insensitivity to his wife Dania's feelings? What are your thoughts? Who else? Guys, all the couples I have mentioned on this video, just go ahead and please share your thoughts about it all in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Elijah. Thank you all so much for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.